They give a shit.
They're like,
they give a shit. Speaking of giving a shit, we give a shit, America. We give a shit about you. You know why? Because it's a Friday and we're working, and we don't need to be working. Okay, no, we're not really working. Who the fuck are we kidding? Anyway, we are back in his SEG3. That is the Skin Dog, the heart of Boston sports in the hub. He's been here for half a century. He has seen it all. Bought the tickets, sold the program. He has seen it all. Fired a few people in his dreams, trust me. And then when the reality came true, it was beautiful.
Rod Rust.
Yes, say Rod Rust.
I was there.
Yeah, we were all there.
I lived that.
Rod Rust. That's a trivia question for you. Who's Lisa Olson? You know who the diehard Pats fans are if they know who Lisa Olson is. Zeke Moet.
You know who that is?
Yeah. Irving Fryer, Dave Megan, Zeke Moet. Yeah. Keep in your pants, assholes. Anyway, segment 3. This is our football, the first football, real football. We are 8 days from training camp.
I can't believe it.
ESPN has thrown out the preseason crap. It's already out. The who, the what, and the where.
I thought ESPN is the Cowboy Network. They just talk about the Cowboys
a
lot.
It's funny you brought that up because I found out something.
Makes me sick.
I found out something today.
Okay.
Turns out that Dak Prescott was not the brightest bulb in the chandelier.
No?
In college. His GPA was 1.4. Now,
mine was better than that.
Mine was better than that. I was drunk for most of it. I mean, 1.4?
Damn.
You have to be a 1.4. I know he's a quarterback, 1.4, but they take their classes in the summertime because they're traveling for football. So and the summer classes tend to be easier.
You should be super easy.
He should have at least got a 2.5.
Yeah,
1.4. So he's not the brightest bulb in the chandelier. Now, if you've watched him play, you already know that. But this is just kind of
makes bad reason.
Just kind of drives the point home. But look, America's joke is still about the cheerleaders, and if it wasn't for them, nobody would give a fuck. And yes, the Cowboy cheerleaders are still every bit as hot as they were 30 years ago, the last time those dickheads won something. Okay? 30 years ago, right? Or is it 29? Whatever it is. It's a generation that's
50
passed.
years ago?
95.
Yeah, I'm trying to forget that.
95. 30 years ago, Barry Switzer, who was a bumbling boob himself, just got handed a Ferrari. And like Joe Mazzulla, he didn't crash it. He's got the fuck out of the way. Bottom line is, the Patriots are back. Now, the ESPN...
Are they back?
This is the question I want to ask you. I'll tell you why I think they are. Okay. Because for the first time since Tom Brady was in the building, there's a pulse in there.
There's a buzz.
And when I say it's a no nonsense, get to work, fucking
do your effing job.
Buzz. Like accountability. People are taking receipts. And if you're not...
He hasn't said the word collaborative, which I like.
Yeah, he has.
There's a lot of that with Gerard Mayo.
Too much.
That was
too much.
That was weird.
Too much collaboration.
Yeah. It's like who's
the coach? You collaborate on a music video.
Yeah, who's the coach?
You collaborate on a you don't collaborate on a football team. You got to have one voice.
I don't want business speak for football.
One vision, one plan. And when it comes to football, it's always about work, because it's that sport from a physical standpoint. That and hockey.
All in.
It's all, you have to be all in. You can't be halfway in those sports, because not only do you lose, you get hurt, and you're going to get hurt anyway. Everybody gets hurt, but you got to be all in. Mike Vrabel, who was a big part of the first half of that dynasty, and it's funny. Every guy that played with him said, yeah, he was going to be a coach one day. He was Tom Brady on the defensive side of the ball. That's who they compared him to. Like, he was calling the plays. He would work the scout team. He would drive Brady up a wall.
He busted Tom's balls.
One of the few guys that could do it.
Yeah, nobody could do
it. But he backed it up. He also caught 10 touchdown passes as a linebacker. Okay, yeah.
Remember that?
In the Super Bowl.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Against the Eagles?
He caught one
Philly
against...
fans,
he caught one against the Carolina Panthers, too.
And the Eagles.
Philly fans. Mike Vrabel was a Patriot in every sense of the word. Absolutely. When they were the Patriots.
He did whatever the coach asked him to do. He was a leader. He's a winner. It's tough.
He did whatever it took to win.
1,000%.
And he is now running the ship. And I mean, he is running the ship. And that's why I think they're back. That does not mean they're going to be in the Super Bowl in February. No. They still they need to make more moves.
It's about respectability.
Yeah, they're not going to, look at the schedule is very, very, very favorable. They have flipped this roster by half. I mean, half of the roster is new. Now, the last time they did that was 2001, and they won the Super Bowl. However, Tom Brady was the quarterback. I love Drake Maye. I'm not putting him in GOAT conversations yet. I got to see more. Now, he didn't have any weapons around him. He does now.
He does.
He does now.
We're going to learn a lot about this guy this year.
Yeah, he's got some home run hitters.
Yeah.
He's got some things Mac Jones never had.
I mean, he can sling it.
Oh, he can sling it.
He can sling it.
Yep.
He's got all the tools. Everything looks great. We're going to find out a lot about him between the ears, which is what I want to learn about for this guy. Like I see him. I like his demeanor. I like the way he carries himself. I like the talent. But does he have the clutch gene? Do we know that yet?
I don't think we could, because I don't think he's been.
He hasn't been.
To be fair to him, he hasn't been in that position yet.
He played for.
He played. His college team wasn't. They won because of him. He carried them at North Carolina. He lost his best receiver before. Look, he's done very well under a lot of duress. We haven't seen him when he's got all the buttons to push, and I'm not saying he does now. I just know that he's got more of them.
Absolutely,
he's got more
options. I love the tight ends. I love what they're doing with the receivers.
Yeah.
They got some veterans in there.
Yeah,
that receiver room last year was a joke.
Oh,
an absolute embarrassment.
Ooh. Now, was that
just terrible?
Was it they had no talent or they had no coaching?
I think coaching was less than strong, but I also feel there was just a lack of talent, a lack of ability. But I think the coaching was a part of it. But I just think that team last year was rudderless. Like, there was no leadership, there was no structure, there was no accountability. Sure. You have to have accountability. And it was always, it's not my fault. It was a lot of finger pointing last year.
It was. Yeah.
From guys that were, apologize for saying this, garbage. Receivers who can't catch are calling out.
Don't apologize. This is what was happening.
It was embarrassing. As a Patriots fan, it was a low moment.
Like, we've seen this movie before.
Yeah.
Because when they sucked before, this was one of the reasons why they sucked before. Because there was no accountability. He's right.
Finger pointing, just lack of accountability, and I think Vrabel, the thing I like about him the most, he's accountable. The buck stops here. He will take accountability when that team has a bad game this year. He will own it.
Yep.
And he will hold those players accountable. I think there was a lack of that. And I'm not just saying with Gerard.
No.
I think going back to the last Belichick years, it was a shit show.
When Tom Brady left the building, the Patriot way went with him. Let's be honest. Josh McDaniels came back 2 years later. Mac Jones had a great rookie year because he had Josh. He had at least a guy that could help him. And they got in the playoffs, and it looked like, all right, they might be able to fix this. Matt Patricia and Joe Judge might be the two worst decisions this organization has ever made. And that's
still reeling from that.
And that's Bill Belichick's decision. And that's why he got fired. Let's be clear about something, because everybody was saying if it wasn't Bill Belichick, this wouldn't have. The fact that Kraft gave him another year, this is why I give Kraft a pass, because most guys would have got fired for that. He gave him another year to at least right the ship. And
I give you a lot of credit for giving Kraft a pass.
I'm not saying he's not responsible. He should never, ever have let Brady walk out that door. He is partially responsible for that. I know he doesn't know football like Belichick was, and I get why he listened to him. But his eyes work. He also knows that his best receiver, Julian Edelman, was done. He was done. Gronk had retired. They never replaced Gronk. He had no weapons. Okay, Brady didn't go in there asking for more money. He went in there asking for more help. And Belichick blamed him, and that's when this whole thing went. And that's where Kraft fucked up. Mm-hmm. Because Kraft knew the personnel wasn't there.
And then they continued to double down on making bad moves, bad drafts.
Bill Belichick drafting N'Keal Harry over Deebo Samuel and DK Metcalf and Terry McLaurin, and I can go on and on and on about all the guys that are still in the league. A.J. Brown, who's a one who thought he was going to be playing with Tom Brady, and this dickhead drafted N'Keal Harry instead of him. That's why Bill Belichick is coaching college football right now.
And that's why I think, with Vrabel, I'm going to give him a little bit of grace, because
you have to.
They're cleaning up.
They're cleaning up
a mess. A disaster.
A 7-year mess.
Like the worst GM job ever.
Oh.
Bill Belichick did the worst. Like, I give him respect as a coach. Great coach.
Yeah. As a GM,
horrible.
Absolutely horrible. So he's trying to clean up. He's trying to change culture. He has a massive job on his hands.
Yeah.
And so I think he's the right guy to do it.
He is.
But it's not going to happen overnight.
No.
And I think the fans have to be patient. It's not going to happen. They're not going to win 13 games this year.
No, I don't think they are. I will tell you this. They're going to be in 13 games this year.
They're going to be competitive.
They're going to be competitive, and they're going to have a shot, I believe, if they're healthy, they're going to have a shot at making the playoffs at the end of the season. I'm not saying they're going to make it, but they're going to have a shot because the schedule stinks. It is by far the easiest schedule in football. And last year, in spite of themselves, they were in 8 one-score games. And they didn't have anything like they have now. And the schedule is easier. That's why I give them a puncher's chance.
I think
a puncher's chance.
And I think the defense is going to be
they're going to be elite.
They're going to be elite.
I think they're going to be elite.
I think they're going to be elite. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think what this season is going to come down to, who is Drake Maye? Do we know? We know he's talented. We know he's got balls. We know all that.
How much better is the offensive line?
I don't know yet.
I mean, they would arguably the worst.
They couldn't be worse.
They were arguably, them and the Giants, the two worst offensive lines.
He had the worst offensive line. He had the worst receivers.
Yeah.
And he still looked good.
He looked good.
Yeah. So now he has a better offensive line.
Yeah.
Now he has weapons.
Now he has a coordinator with a clue.
He has an offensive coordinator.
I mean, the one thing we know Josh McDaniels can do, he's a good offensive coordinator. He's a legit, he turned Mac Jones into a Pro Bowl. Him and Brady won 3 Super Bowls together. He's not a head coach, but as an offensive coordinator, McDaniels is one of the best in the game. He's got him.
Who is Drake Maye?
Yeah.
That's what we're going to learn. And I think we're going to see a young quarterback struggle, have some ebbs and flows. He's going to have some great weeks. He's going to have some bad weeks. I think we have to be patient with him.
Yeah.
But week 12, week 13, who is? I think he's going to be that guy. I think he is that guy.
He says all the right things.
Absolutely.
And it's not, and that to me, it's not just that he says it, but he goes out in the field and he backs it up. If he has a bad day, if he has a bad day in practice, he owns it. He doesn't make excuses.
He never throws his teammates under the bus. He didn't do it last year. He could have.
He could have very easily.
Dude's just dropping passes
Yeah.
he hit. Yeah.
I mean, the one mistake Mac Jones made was he went up the back stairs where he called Nick Saban and was like, "What the hell is happening here?" And I'm not saying he was wrong to think that, but that was his downfall with Belichick. What?
Hello, we got ice cream.
Of course they got ice cream in America because that's what kids do on vacation. They get ice cream. So I agree with you. We're going to find out a lot about this kid this year. I'm very curious to see what this offensive line does. I will say this. Will Campbell, something about him.
I like him.
Something about him I really, really like.
He's got swagger.
At least he sounds like a cornerstone type of player.
Sounds like one of those throwbacks.
He does. He's a throwback.
In
every sense of the word, yeah.
You know,
He's Matt Lights. The Logan Mankins.
Yes.
He's like that.
Yeah, lunch pail.
Yeah, he's a lunch pail. I'll meet you in the alley and we'll have this conversation. He's that dude.
I even think
he's that dude.
I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I feel like Diggs is one of those dudes too. I think he's gonna.
Have
bring
you seen
something.
the tapes of him?
I have.
Does that look like a man who had tore his freaking ACL?
No, he's nasty.
I mean, he looks like 100%.
He's going to help those young receivers because he's a pro.
He's an alpha.
He's an alpha.
He's
going to scare some people.
He's going to scare some people. He's a precise route runner. He has great hands. He can play in the elements. And he's not afraid of the moment.
He's going to make Mac Jones better.
He's going to make Mac.
Oh no, Mac Jones. Who's Mac Jones? Oh, sorry.
Mac Jones is the biggest what if this side of. But anyway, the point is Mac Jones would have killed to have had this guy.
Absolutely.
I mean, Mac Jones. Here's the thing about Mac Jones. When he had the Ferrari, he didn't crash. He won a national championship. He got sold down the river. He was a victim of Bill Belichick's ego, and that's too bad because he'll never be the same again. I feel bad for him. But that's the past. The point is, this kid has a home run hitter. This kid has an alpha dog, and to his point,
Douglas is going to become.
It's going to help Pop Douglas.
Oh, huge.
And this kid Williams from Washington State, this rookie,
he can run.
This kid was in the top 3 in receiving yards and receptions and touchdowns.
What about the kid from Ohio State?
Well, this is the other kid.
The running back.
This kid is a third down thing. This kid is a burner. And again, everybody's like, well, he can't play. They've got Ramonde and they've got Gibson, who's Gibson's underrated.
Year last year.
He's a good running back. They've got a good backfield. They've got a good, versatile. They can do. This is why I think Josh McDaniels is the perfect guy, because when he had these types of guys, he utilized all of them. The last Super Bowl they won in 2018, it was Rex Burkhead, it was James White, they had 3 or 4 different.
Totally different
He
styles.
used all of them.
Yeah.
And I think he will do that with this. He will use them, and I love this about Josh. And I didn't like him at first, but I look back on, he got everything out of every piece of talent he had. Now, yes, he had Tom Brady, who does Gronk. This, and Gronk and Edelman. He had studs. He's got Diggs on the outside. Hunter Henry's a stud. He's got some studs to work with. And I think this kid from Washington State, this receiver, this Williams kid, go put the tape in of him. I
would say last year I go, yeah, whatever, but this year, but with Diggs in that receiver room, now, yeah, that's different.
It's different.
That's a guy who's talking to him and saying, like, here's how you become a great pro. That's a huge difference.
And what I love about Vrabel, to your point, because this is why I think they're back, Vrabel didn't just draft these guys on talent. He drafted them on character. This is the thing. Totally you couldn't have one without the other. You had to have both.
Wasn't just
the kid from Georgia that they drafted, the lineman, no one's even talking about this kid. He's a beast. He won every agility and quickness drill in the damn combine. Georgia is a fucking juggernaut. He won 2 national titles there. The kid's probably going to be the starting center in a year. He might start at guard for a year. But that kid's a stud. They're even talking about him. I'm like, they've got some people to build a team with, like foundation players. That's what it looks like he drafted. Guys that you build a team with. And like those first 5 picks, all of them.
Nailed them all.
He nailed them all.
Well, we're going to have to wait and see.
Well, obviously injuries are the unknown. On paper, I thought he nailed it.
I like the free agent moves. I like everything that he did. Most of all, I love the fact that he's taking ownership of this. This is his team.
Yeah. And he's got his hands in everything.
Yeah.
He's on the field. He's doing drills with them. You know the guy in Detroit, Dan Campbell? He's a lot like him.
He is.
But he has the pedigree. He's got championships. Dan Campbell doesn't. I think he's a better coach than Dan Campbell. I think Dan Campbell can coach. He's a good coach. Vrabel's like him on steroids. If you don't believe me, look up Ryan Tannehill. Because any man that can take a scab like that to an AFC championship can coach.
Yeah, I think as a Patriots fan, there's a lot of things to be excited about. Let's be patient, right? Let's just be patient. Let's not expect Vrabel to go 16-0. Like
that's not happening.
They're going to have some games that are going to be frustrating. They're young. They're trying to figure it out. It's about the journey. I think it's about week 13, week 14.
Where are they?
Are they going to be in the mix? And I think they will be.
I will tell you that, and again, it's football. Everybody gets hurt. It really comes down to who gets hurt and when. And is it a big? I mean, do they have depth? We're going to find out. I think defensively, I know they have some depth on the defense. I don't know where the depth is on offense. I think they have a number. Tight ends, they're deep. Running backs, they're deep. I know that.
Receiver, not so much.
I don't know about. Well, I don't know yet. We have unknowns.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know yet. We do not know that answer. We know Diggs is a stud. We know the kid they drafted has all kinds of talent. Okay. And we know Pop Douglas has talent. After those 3, Booty's pretty. I think Booty's a gamer. I like him. He last year, late in the season, when a lot of people quit, that motherfucker kept playing. I think he's a gamer.
I like Pop Douglas.
I like Pop Douglas. I think they've got 4 that I know. There's 4 guys I believe in that locker room for receivers. I don't know about the other 2. They got to pick 6. Who are the last 2 guys going to be? That's what I don't know. There's 4 guys I think. Diggs, Pop Douglas, Booty, and the kid they drafted. I think those 4 guys, yeah. They're going to be 4 of the 6. Who the other 2 are going to be, I have no idea. That's going to be this kid from Chisholm III, who's like a Wes Welker meets Julian Edelman type dude. He's a double route running guy who always seems to get open. He's a slot guy. Yeah. He's got great hands. He's that dude. He looks like that dude. And if he is that dude and he's the 5th guy, they're going to be in good shape. They're going to be in good shape because the tight ends are deep. They got 3 good tight ends.
Great tight ends.
And I think that, the offensive line, they got to be better.
They got to be.
They got to be better, right? I mean, they're going to be great, but can they be solid?
They were picking people off the street last year.
It was awful. That was embarrassing. That was just an embarrassment.
It's about, similar to the Red Sox, right? We want the Patriots to be relevant again. We want meaningful games. We want playoff, not a playoff game where they go into Buffalo and lose by 50. We want to see a playoff game where they got a shot.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we're hoping for in New England.
I will say this. The division is down. It is.
How about those Jets?
Well, look, I think that kid, their quarterback, actually has game. Do they have a coordinator that can get it out of them?
No.
They've got a number 1 receiver. They've got a number 1 running back.
Horrible coach.
They've got a good defense. The coach is the problem. This kid came from Detroit. This is the new guy. I don't know if he can coach or not. We don't know. We know this. Vrabel's proven this guy is not. I think the coach in Miami is overrated. I know the coach in Buffalo is overrated.
Both on the hot seat.
They're both on the hot seat. And this is the thing. I'll tell you why I give the Patriots a puncher's chance, because this division is open. It is. It's open. Buffalo just can't close. They can't close. And no one's going to tell me they have more talent in terms of skill positions than the Patriots do. They don't. They really don't. Other than the tight end, Kincaid, and the running back there, who's good. The running back's legit. But after him and the tight end, Kincaid, who do they really got?
We talk about windows, right? Buffalo had their window, right, where we won all those division championships, and they were like, okay, now it's our time. Mm-hmm. What do you got to show for it, Buffalo? You got
won 5 division titles. They can't get to a conference.
Here come the Patriots.
Yeah.
Here they come.
Yeah.
Right at your heels again.
Yep. I will say this. The one advantage the Patriots do have besides the schedule, there's two, is they, I think, have the best coach. I know they have the best coach in the division. I know that now. They do. And that's why I give them a puncher's chance. And look, this is going to come down. They can get out of the gate. They get out of the gate quick, which if you look at the schedule, there's a chance for them to be. They could be 4-1 after 5 weeks. They have a chance to be 4-1 out of the gate. You look at that schedule, 4 out of 5. I don't think they're going to win in Buffalo, but there's 4 games there that I believe they can win. They can beat the Raiders. They can beat the Steelers. They can beat the Dolphins. Okay, and they can. Yeah. I mean, they can be 4-1 out of the gate. If they're 4-1 out of the gate.
Holy moly.
I'm just saying, and that's not, when you look at those first 5 games, that is not a stretch. They're favored in 11 games this year.
Are you serious?
Yep. The schedule is, they legitimately have the weakest schedule.
This is why it comes down to Drake Maye. Can he be the steward of the ship? Can he be the captain to not make the dumb throw? To not try to stretch a play that's not, get out of bounds.
I'm glad you
that guy.
I'm glad you said that. Don't try to win the game. Just don't lose it.
Yes.
Your defense. This defense is good enough to win them some games. Just don't make the play that loses it. Can he do that? That's the question. I saw him down where I live now. I saw him at North Carolina. He threw a lot of picks. He also threw a lot of touchdowns. Yes. I mean, he was 3-1. He was 3-1. Okay, so he didn't have a lot of talent around him. I would argue this is the most talented set of players he's had probably in 6 years. He had one stud at North Carolina, like a Diggs type of guy.
He's the best offensive coach he's ever had.
And he's got Josh McDaniels mentoring him. And if Josh McDaniels can get Mac Jones to the Pro Bowl with nothing around him, and he had nothing around him, let's be honest, he didn't. Okay, other than Ramondre Stevenson, that's really all he had. What can he do with this group? That's the real question.
Who is Drake Maye?
Who is he?
That's what we're going to find out.
But he's going to have a chance. He's got a better offensive line. He's got. I tell you, this Will Campbell kid. I think he could be the. It's so funny. You don't think left tackles very often in terms of. Well, it's not that they're not a huge difference.
Yeah.
This dude is one of the. He's like a. If you have that lineman, that
it's like
one,
an Andrews.
Yeah, the dude was the dude from Philadelphia who just retired, Kelsey.
Oh yeah.
He reminds me of him.
Team leader.
He's that dude. He could be that dude. He's a truck. He's 6'6". He's 330. Yeah. People are talking about his arms are 3/8 of an inch, not long enough. Who the fuck? 3/8 of it? Are we really gonna? Is this gonna come down to 3/8 of an inch when he was in the SEC and he gave up 2 sacks in 4 years?
Can he block?
That's
all I care about.
Can he block? I don't think 3/8 of an inch when you're 6'6" is gonna matter. I don't think that's gonna be the determining factor here. I think he's got to be healthy. He's got the work ethic. He's got the attitude. He's got a Vrabel-like attitude. Like the thing about the guys Vrabel brought in, they all kind of remind me of him. Meaning mentally, they all kind of remind me of
that
him.
Killer instinct.
That's why I like their chances, because it's not about experience. These guys are winners. They're fucking winners.
I think Diggs is too.
I think Diggs is a winner. That's why I think he went after it. You know what? That motherfucker has one thing that he doesn't have, and he wants it. He's a winner. And he was mad. He was pissed at Josh Allen 2 years ago, but he was targeted 3 times in a playoff game. And by the way, he had every right to be fucking pissed. That's why they lost. Yeah. He's like, am I your #1 guy? It's just the playoffs. Get me the fucking ball. That's the guy you want in the locker room. Absolutely. That's Randy Moss. That's Jerry Rice. That's Larry Fitzgerald. That's every fucking great receiver that's ever walked the face of the earth. That's their mentality. It's I want the fucking ball. And that's who he is. And I think him and Drake Maye are going to surprise some people this year. I just think they are, because they're going to. Josh McDaniels is going to get that guy in situations where he can make a difference. I'm just telling you. I don't sleep on this team. I gave a prediction. He doesn't have to give one. I'll give it again right now. I got them. I looked at the schedule. I've looked at it 5 times now. I keep coming back to this number. 12-5, 11-6. And that's optimistic. I'll be the first one to tell you that. And I just explained why. It's not about the talent. It's about the attitude. It's about the schedule is not very strong. They have the best coach in the division. Barring major injury, they're going to be 11-6, 10-7 is probably more realistic. 12-5 is probably if everything goes right. 12-5 if everything goes right. 11-6, 10-7 is probably more realistic.
I'm hoping that you're right.
Most people are saying 9.
I'm more of like a 9-8.
9-8. That's where most people are.
You know.
But you know why? Because of the unknowns.
Yeah. There's just
the receiving room is young.
You're hoping everything breaks.
I'm saying, well, I think 12-5 everything breaks right.
Yeah.
I think 11-6, 10-7 is more where they'll fall because their defense is going to win them some games. Their coaching staff is going to win them some games. Mike Vrabel's going to win them 4 games. I think Vrabel's going to get them 8 wins.
They lost 4 games because of coaching.
Because of coaching.
At least 4.
At least 4. That's not going to happen this year. So to me, they're at 8 wins already. Can they get 3? 2 or 3 more? I think they can. Especially given the strength of schedule or the lack thereof. That's why I say that.
Oh, you Patriot haters. Things are about, the energy is about to shift.
I think it's already shifted.
I think it is.
I think it's already shifted.
You're not going to be kicking us around anymore.
I have not been this excited since 2019, Brady's last year, when I thought, because that team had a chance to, and they fell apart. They were whatever they were at 8-0 and they fell apart. But again, he never got the weapons.
Yeah,
but,
no help.
Yeah, well, if they drafted A.J. Brown, none of this happens. If you drafted A.J. Brown instead of N'Keal Harry, I don't think we're having a very different conversation right now.
Definitely.
If you've watched A.J. Brown, who just won a Super Bowl, who thought his dream was to play with Tom Brady, thought he was going to get drafted. By the way, you know why he didn't get drafted?
Why?
Because when he came in for his visit, he came in with another stud, Deebo Samuel, and Bill Belichick saw them clowning around in the tunnel, and they knew each other, and they were just catching up. And Belichick took that as these two guys aren't taking this serious. And because of that, he drafted N'Keal Harry over both of them. He didn't even know what they were talking about. He thought they were screwing around. There wasn't even a drill going on. They were just catching up. They were friends.
So here we are.
In
2025. What do we think about Belichick now as a GM?
I already know.
Everybody already knows now, right? The story's been written.
You know, Stephen A. Smith said in his last 10 drafts, he drafted a total of 3 Pro Bowlers. One was a kicker, one was a kick returner, and the other was Mac Jones. And he destroyed Mac Jones. And that's why he's coaching North Carolina with a 24-year-old sidekick, who, by the way, is a woman. Okay, so, and his girlfriend.
Embarrassing.
But anyway, it was great to have him back. We'll do it again at Christmas time. We'll get him back for Christmas. The Celtics will be back in full swing. So you're thinking 9 wins?
9.
Okay, that's fair.
Maybe 10.
All right, 9, maybe 10. All right, 9. 10 would get him in probably.
Oh, yeah.
10 probably gets him in. 9, 10. All right, that's fair. I got him 11, 12. 9. All right, perfect. So, but until then, hey, we'll be back next week from the sack. The Law Dog will be back in the hizzy. The redoubtable one, Thomas J. We got to get you back in the set. Ian says hi. We're going to talk Mets. What the fuck is happening with the Mets? Anyway, and as we leave you, hold on for a second. We got to give you an update. We got to be true to our word here. Do I want to look? I'm afraid to look. It's 1-0 still.
Come on, Red Sox.
All right, it's 1-0, bottom of the second. The Red Sox have runners on first and third. We're going to check it out. You guys enjoy the weekend. We will see you on the other side, soldiers, boys and girls. You know the drill. Skin Dog, we missed him. We love him.
Bro.
See you guys soon.